What is up, guys? Talking with Tonka, episode 36. Yes, you heard that right. Episode 36. We're here on location, Boxing on Broad, a new business starting up here in the heart of South Philly. And my guest today, Enzo Siciliano.
There you go. You nailed it.
Yeah,
Good job.
How you done? How you done?
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. This is a whole new segment we're doing here on Talking with Tonka this month and probably next month, to be honest. I'm showcasing all small businesses, and I forgot to start the camera. So
do it again.
Thank God it's right in front of me. No, it's fine.
You're good.
That's the problem with doing things by yourself is like you forget things.
Absolutely. You always need that extra set of eyes there, too, to help you out.
Yeah, and it's that. Thank God you're here. And I usually have co-hosts, too. But I like when I have a guest that I don't really know, I kind of like doing it myself just because I know you, but I don't know
you. Right.
Yeah. And then we just had
feel the same way.
Yeah.
We just had the conversation prior to starting.
Yeah. So like for the people that weren't in the room, because there's no one else here, me and Enzo have known of each other, but just recently became friends.
Correct.
Through a mutual acquaintance, Mr. Rhinoceros, Ryan O'Connell.
Yeah.
If I could have got him on the phone this week, he was going to co-host. I was going to talk him into doing it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You trying to get that guy on the phone. If it's not summertime, forget about it.
He'll answer me, though.
Oh, yeah?
I just got to give him an extra call, and then he'll answer, yeah.
So is that it? You got to call him 2 times in a row?
Maybe. He usually answers me first time, but I'm way worse with my phone than he is. So if it was life or death situation, he needed to call somebody or he was going to die, I'm not the person to call.
Yeah.
But I'll give him credit.
So
he'll answer me better than I'll answer
for all
him.
Enzo's friends that are listening to this, don't call him if you're the first call.
They already know.
Yeah, if you get a call, you get one phone call in jail, don't call Enzo.
Not me. I'm not your guy, believe me. I love you. I'm sorry. I'll do whatever I can to get you out of the jail, get you out of the situation, but I won't answer the phone the first time.
That's hilarious, actually.
Sad but true.
So you said you were in real estate.
Yes.
So how'd that work with your phone? You had to be really good with your phone.
I was a little bit better, but still wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody on my real estate team's listening.
Yeah. So how long you been doing real estate for?
Real estate since the since COVID started. 2019 I started.
Okay.
So about 3 years, going on 4 years. July.
So you got 2 kind of small businesses then.
Kind of, yeah, because you are your own business.
Yeah.
When you're a realtor, yeah. So it's just like.
What's it like being your own boss?
It's nice, dude.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. Not having to. I mean, I worked corporate America for years. You know, growing up, I worked in the Philly Stadium. I worked in the Philly Stadium for 8 years.
Really?
All through high school.
Doing what?
Through my early 20s. Cook. I worked in Diamond Club Restaurant.
No shit.
Yep. I was there literally every day for 8 years in a row. Saw a lot, met a lot of great people there.
I bet, yeah.
And
I worked one party down there and I met so many people. I can only imagine. 8 years.
Great people there. Some people that are still there to this day.
Oh, dude, it's wild. The people that have been there.
Their whole lives.
We're in section 210 when I DJ at the games, and those ushers have been there since
40
it
years.
opened.
Yeah, literally.
They worked at the vet.
From the vet. Yeah. It's amazing, dude. So many nice people there.
Yeah.
A lot of relationships I developed like as a young adult there. And now they see me as an adult. You know, I'm almost 30. So like I was working there when I was 15. So 15 years ago I started there. So it's amazing to see like who's still there.
Yeah.
Who's still doing the same thing and who's, excelling there, because there is a lot of room for growth there, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And if cooking was something that I wanted to pursue as a career,
I
would have stayed there because I was very in touch with a lot of the chefs there, and they would have set me up for greatness if that was something I chose to continue to do. But cooking, working late in the restaurants, not really my thing. So
I feel you.
That's a lot of tough hours. I credit to everybody who's in that industry who does that professionally as a chef or a waiter or a bartender.
Anybody that works in the restaurant industry.
Yeah, it's tough. It's very
that's
tough.
got to be tough, man.
Very
Like,
tough.
I know when I go to a restaurant, I try to be polite as possible until you give me a reason not to be.
Exactly.
I mean, we all have those waiters or waitresses that look like they're having a bad day.
And everybody has bad days, but for the most part, treat people the way you want to be treated type thing.
Amen.
Not to mention, they're cooking and serving you your food, so you don't want anything extra that you didn't order that's not on the menu in your food. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to ask you a question that just led to.
No, I never did it to anybody before. I promise you.
Yeah, you don't want to air yourself out.
No, all good. Yeah.
So was that like a natural progression to work in South Philly because the ballparks are down here? Because you're from here, right?
Right. Born and raised, 5 blocks down. Literally been here my whole life. Went to St. Monica's for grade school. Shout out to everybody at St. Monica's, class of 08.
I'm going to say that a lot on this podcast.
It's all good. It's all good. all we need is everybody else here, because between the whole crew, everybody else just loves to blurt it at random times between Dan, Frank, Smooth, Shields, all of them, everybody. But it's all good. But yeah, born and raised down here. Truthfully, I never pictured myself having a business down here.
Yeah.
I mean, I did work at the stadium, fine, but like I said, I met so many people from all over the city, all walks of life, people from different countries that came here and started work. So I was very big on just like networking and meeting new people, even from a young age. I just, I could adapt to anybody. I can talk to this wall right here. I'll talk the paint off the wall.
Same,
possible.
actually.
So, like, for me, it was cool, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed meeting new people, hearing people's stories, hearing where they came from. So for me, especially with boxing, like, I was very eager to get out of South Philly, which kind of sounds weird at first. Yeah. But now that I'm here and I'm back here, it kind of like almost came full circle. Okay. It's like you went and made your bones elsewhere, but you came home. Right. So and home is home, no matter where home is. And I feel just the most comfortable that I could be here at home.
Where do you reside now?
Right down the street from my parents, literally.
Okay, so you moved back to Philly.
I never left.
You never left.
I'm talking just in terms of business. Yeah.
Oh, got you.
I never left the city. I always lived here. Got it. But when I moved out, I moved to in an apartment with my buddy for, maybe like 2 years. Just shitty.
Experience it.
Glorified shore house, pretty much.
Kind of like what our shore house was.
Right. But then when I moved out, I literally am in a house 14 doors down from my parents.
How's that?
It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
You get a home cooked meal whenever you want. I
cook myself, so honestly, I don't go home as much as people would think. Yeah, people say, oh, you still go home, you get your clothes washed, and I said, honestly, I wish. Yeah. Now that I'm out. My mom's like, yo, see you later.
Yeah, see you later. But, no more how you doing. It's like get the fuck out.
Yeah, not from her. Yeah. So, but yeah, so like being back here, being back in the neighborhood,
Is your landlord from here?
I think so.
No, I was going to say that's a way of giving back to your community too.
I think so.
You're renting from
I know that his father used to own this building.
Okay.
So I would assume that he's from here, but truthfully, I really don't know.
How'd you find this spot?
Through my real estate connections. Yeah. Just went on the MLS, looking for just random spots that I could have this place, because it was kind of a bad situation that I was in prior to this. Yeah. I was working in a gym up in like near Fishtown area, and just disagreements with the other trainer that was there. So just figured, you know what, sooner than expected, but time to get out, do your own thing.
How long you been boxing for?
Boxing in general since 2018. I was always a fan of the sport, but truthfully, my mother never let me do it. I was a little kid. And
always how that works.
Yeah, always. She didn't want me to get hurt. I played sports my whole life. Okay. But like I said, I was always a fan of the sport, always a fan of combat sports in general, boxing, MMA, UFC, whatever. But I remember my buddy Paul, he hit me up. Maybe we were like, I don't know, 8th grade. Okay. Yo, I'm going to go over to this boxing gym over in Southwest Philly. You should come with me.
Say less, fam.
And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Whatever. So I tell my mom, I said, Ma, she was like, where you going? I said, Mom, I'm going to go to this boxing gym with Paul.
Oh boy.
That's kind of like suspect about it, but she was like, well, where is it? And I said, it's in Southwest. And she was like, no way.
No way.
And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you're not riding your bike to Southwest Philly at night after school. You're crazy. You're not doing it. So I threw a tantrum like, what do you mean? Come on. I really want to do it. Blah, blah, blah. Nope. No go. No go. And when Dana says no, it's a no. Believe me. Anybody who's listening who knows Dana will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Tough. Very fair, but tough. Yeah. If she says no, that's it. You could carry on all you want, try to get the last word in. You'll never get the last word in with her. Just how she rolls. So, unfortunately, Paul proceeded to go and box. And present day, this guy is a beast. Really? Absolute beast. He comes and trains with me. He's getting himself back into it. Yeah. But I know him my whole life. He's a good friend, and he just really did well there. And I wish that I could have done that. Yeah. But whatever, better late than never.
So in 2018, where did you go to learn?
2018, I stepped foot in Malik Jackson Fitness Boxing Gym in Northern Liberties, right on 2nd Street. Mm-hmm. Honestly, just walked in one day looking for something new to do. Yeah. I was kind of a heavy kid. Like, I was a little overweight. I was probably pushing like almost 230 at the time.
I'm 224 right now.
Yeah, but you carry yourself better than I do. I'm a lot smaller than you. Yeah. 225, 230 on me is just
I got you.
very unhealthy. Hated the way I looked. Hated the way I felt in my clothes. I didn't like the way I looked in pictures. Just very,
I know
very
all of that feeling way too well, man.
worse, man. Very down on yourself. So
I was 240 before I started keto 6 years ago.
And then you just were able to maintain that weight since the weight that you lost.
Yeah, I lost like 65 pounds.
Good for you, man.
Now
Good for you.
I'm
It's really hard.
putting it on different way now.
Right. And that's kind of how I am too with the boxing thing. Boxing was the only way I was able to keep the weight off and then manage it.
Right.
Because I was always up and down and up and down and up and down. So now this was something that kept me stable, kept my weight stable.
Yeah.
But walked in that gym one day, just looking to try something new, just to like lose a couple more pounds, just like I said, finally get my feet wet in terms of boxing because now I'm an adult and Mommy can't tell me no.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
Whatever the fuck I want. Right.
Dana, if you're listening, he can do whatever he wants.
And then that was a wrap, dude, honestly.
Yeah.
I walked in there. I remember everything that was said, everything that we did, everything that we talked about, every drill that we did. I walked out of there smiling, ear to ear. I was like, finally, this was it. Like, this was what I've been looking for. And I credit that place. Shout out to everybody at Malik Jackson Fitness Boxing, my fam there. I love you. Malik, my brother, thank you for everything. I can't credit them enough for giving me my start, 1 in the sport and 2 in the business of the sport that we'll get into, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But walked in there, man, and just felt like great. Absolutely great.
The environment.
Everything. The culture, the environment, the just the skill, the art of the skill of boxing, like, just fell in love with it just after one day. I know that sounds like super cliche, but like I literally walked in there and walked out and went back the next day. I said, how do I sign up? How much do I have to pay? I'm coming back tomorrow. I went every day for probably 6 months, 7 months.
7 days a week.
5 days, 5 days a week.
So, normal work day schedule.
Work schedule, work week. Yes, not every single day. But I would have if they would have been open, believe me.
Yeah.
5 days a week, I was there, and I was working. I was dedicated. I felt like it was my job. Every day I wanted to go there and just get better.
Yes.
Get better. That's it. I learned something new every day. Had bad days, like everybody does, but was determined to just get it done and do it correctly. And then not to mention all of, forget the physical health benefits of it, because it changed a lot for me. Like I said, boxing was the only way I was able to not go up in weight, down in weight, gain 10, lose 15, gain 20, lose 25. I was able to stabilize my weight more than I ever was, even with when I was going to a regular personal trainer or just going to a gym. I love to eat, so I eat like I'm an animal sometimes. So sometimes I just get carried away and I just gain a couple pounds. My metabolism is very slow. I got an old man's metabolism.
I hear you there.
But that, besides, like I said, the physical benefits of it, the mental was everything. It was everything, and I was. You
hear that a lot from people. Like, I know when I'm feeling down, depressed, it's probably because I'm off my routine. I didn't go to the gym that day. Those kind of things. So I definitely feel you with that. Oh
yeah, and like the difference that I saw in myself, just everyday life. Just my whole mental being. Like, it was just, wow, this is just really taking you down a notch. Like stress levels were maintained and. Even not even maintained, but just more manageable.
Right.
I was able to handle things differently, and I really credit everything to that. Even like I don't know, getting in an argument with somebody. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, I'm just ready to go, ready to throw down. Like, what's up? What's up? Now I'm just like, dude, listen, if you really want to go, sure, we can go. Too old to be fighting. I'm not getting in any fights anymore.
Yeah.
Just the difference of how you approach certain situations, right? Not only do I trust my skill set, but I'm just more calm about it. Like, so if somebody does approach me and they're, we're in the clubs, we're in the bars, where we're ever seeing you guys, there's always assholes around who are always looking to literally go out to start a fight.
Yeah.
People like that. Guys. Yeah. People like that. They come your way. I'm just like, whatever, turn your back to them. If they really want to give you something to argue about, all right, buddy, like, look, this is how it's going to be. I'm just going to give you one opportunity, and that's that. Like, I'm telling you what's going to happen, so we can make it happen or we won't.
Yeah.
And chances are they just turn around and walk away. The calmness of your demeanor, I feel like, is more intimidating than, just ready to see red and just rip somebody's head
Right.
off.
When you don't
know what
match
I mean?
their energy.
Right.
That either is going to piss them off or confuse them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think just like that mental behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just made me more calmer and just more present, as a person, and just in my decision making in everyday life, not just in confrontations like that. Everything I've been able to just be more relaxed and more calm. And I swear, I don't know if anybody else has ever felt this way, but I credit it literally to boxing and to that mental determination that I knew I had to overcome every single day stepping into that gym. So I kind of like put that with life, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Boxing and life for me goes hand in hand now, which is crazy to think about because I am still very new into this sport. I know guys, mentors of mine, they've been in this sport for decades, 40, 50 years even, So for me to have the sport itself has had such a positive impact on me personally, mentally, physically, just all the way around. And that's why I just said I really put boxing and life together. And not even because it pays my bills now, just because it has really helped and transformed me as a person, as a man, from when I started to right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts to think about. I still can't even wrap my head around it sometimes.
What was the name? Malik Jackson?
Malik Jackson Fitness Boxing Gym.
How long they been open?
I think they just had their 5th or 6th birthday, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Malik's got a great story. He'd be a good person to have on here.
Yeah.
So he has
I would love that connect.
Yeah, man, he's got a great story. I'll put you guys in touch. Great story. He does a lot of good stuff for the community with the children. The Azim Dukes Initiative is a nonprofit organization that is run out of the gym that keeps kids off the street. They bring kids in the gym, kids that come from, bad situations that they need to be with somebody that cares for them. They need to be in environments that are healthy for them so they're off the street not making bad decisions.
Love that.
They got problems, they come in the gym, they figure out their problems there.
I worked at a school temporarily. I was at a school. They're closed down now, unfortunately. It was a charter school. They used to have after school programs to help like kids that especially that had athletic ability. They gave them after school sports and like generated like a league for them to play other kids in basketball and stuff like that.
It's amazing, dude.
There was no charter school like league to play other schools. So the gym teacher and a couple of the other guys really put it together. And now these kids are excelling.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean they're I don't know where they are now. It's a shame I don't keep in touch with those guys, but
that's the hard thing too though. There's so many kids that come in and out of there.
Yeah.
And like when they do leave, yes, did we positively impact their life? Sure. But it's, at the end of the day, it's what they do outside of the gym. And you can't help everybody as much as you would like to.
I know I try to, there's still a little bit of things on these kids too. So I'm hoping, one day they think about what Mr. Vanderslice told me. You know what I mean?
And look, I bet one way or the other you did, positively impact them. You added value to their lives. And like to turn that around to what we were saying about boxing, like I really feel that boxing, I know how much value it gave to me.
Right.
And one thing that I love to preach to people, and this came from Malik's mouth himself, adding value to people's lives is more rewarding than watching somebody, drop 25 pounds with me or like see them lose weight, see a body transformation. The fact that people call me or tell me like, yo, like your gym, your sessions, your training helped me, do this, that, and the next, or it made me a better man. It made me feel like a better person. Like that, adding the value to people's lives is more rewarding than anything.
Yeah.
I can make $10 million. It doesn't matter. If I'm not continuing to inspire and give and provide value to my clients and to my people and to my sphere, it's really all for nothing. You know what I mean? Like money's great, money's good, obviously, but the value that I can provide and instill in you, even if you're only here with me for a couple months, I really feel like I have had a positive impact on everybody that's come across me in terms, not only this gym, all over, clients, past clients, friends, people just walking through, parents of those children that were always in the gym, the kids themselves, you know what I mean? So that for me was a big thing.
So when you were training, is that where you started training?
Yes. So they gave me my first gig coincidentally in a school
Okay.
So and it was a school in, I forget the name of it. It was in Camden. It was an after school program. I went for an hour every Tuesday and Thursday. We probably spent 30 minutes yelling at them, trying to get them in line. But then the other 30 minutes, we would, do some boxing stuff. They were always just looking to beat the shit out of each other. But I'm talking 5th, 6th, 7th graders. So they're crazy. Yeah,
nuts.
Who's beating up who?
All about that.
Whose brothers beating up what brother and sister are fighting.
That's the
corner.
Lunch period I had. Was 6, 7.
All the chaperones or the teachers that were there were like, we're off the clock.
They're your problem now.
Yeah, we're off the clock, dude. You enjoy them. So it was fun though. But that was my first gig. That was my very first gig as a trainer.
Right.
I had no idea what I was doing.
How many years into boxing were you when you started doing that?
So that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago in January. So next month, I think I started. Yeah, because I started that in the new year.
Okay.
So it was, I guess, 2021.
Okay.
When I
3 years into boxing.
Yeah. So which isn't a lot.
No, but that's impressive.
And they approached me, the guys at Malik at the gym. They came to me and asked me if I wanted to do it, which I was like,
"Well, you must have been showing some
that's what
signs of determination."
Me? What do you mean? Why me? I don't know anything about training. And they were just like, Malik was just like, look, you're willing to learn. I'm willing to teach. And I said, absolutely. Sign me up. And he instilled that confidence in me to even just get there, get to be at that point to where I feel like I can teach other people this.
Right.
Now, mind you, they were little kids. They didn't listen to half the shit I said anyway. But the basics, you start with the basics, 1, 2, 3, 4, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, nice and easy. And that helped me develop the style of training that I do now, you know? So like getting in there, was one thing, and then excelling was another.
Right.
So once I got in and got through the first class, because I remember the first class, I was so nervous. I have notes written down on a piece of paper. I keep referring to it in my pocket. Meanwhile, these kids don't give a shit. They're just ready to just punch each other. You know what I mean? But I was so worried about being good, and I didn't really even have to be. But that's just how I am. If I'm going to do something, I want to do it right.
Yeah.
I want to do it well. I want to do it the right way. But
it's funny because I incorporate the same kind of thing to this podcast. Is like if I can't make the videos on YouTube look good,
right,
I got to make sure the audio sounds good. Like when we were starting this new mic, I'm using a new mic today, and so if it doesn't sound good, let me know in the comments. We were messing with it, and I figured out a way to make it sound good for today until I figure out everything. Right. So you can kind of use that in all aspects of your life.
Everything. Right.
Wow.
So yeah, after that, and then he hired me as a part-time trainer there at the gym. And I guess that was like my trial run.
Yeah.
I guess they got good.
If you can get through this, you can get through anything.
Sure. And you know what? It was very smart. And I didn't realize that until now. If you can handle a room full of 20 to 25 5th, 6th, 7th graders, you can handle anybody.
Literally.
Those kids were insane. Just trying to get them to look at me for 5 seconds just so I can show them something. It's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was able to do that, like I said, I guess that was like my trial run.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I did well.
Yeah.
And I guess it lasted about 2 months. 2 months later, February, or maybe towards the end of February, they offered me a part-time position at the gym.
Nice.
So then I started training the classes probably maybe twice a week.
So what's a class entail like?
Class is just like a group session, however many people sign up for the class. Let's just say 6 people sign up for the class. Okay. They come in, you don't get that one-on-one attention, but you get the full boxing spectrum. You hit the bag, you do footwork, you do fundamentals, you move around the gym, we do some pad work, jumping rope, shadow boxing, whatever, anything that entails.
I did a class like that a couple times.
Yeah. So that's what the group class really consists of. So I just, studied YouTube, Instagram. I mean, I hate to say it, but like it helped me.
Social media university, man.
It really social media university. It helped me immensely.
It helped me start. What I needed to do here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to learn somewhere.
Yeah.
And you have to.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Right? Can't all just be up here from day one. Some people, I feel like it's like that.
I know.
And everything they do. But I have to work at pretty much everything. I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at anything. So like I always need to
That's like the story of my life, actually.
Yeah. I'm good at a lot. Like a lot. People ask me all the time, like, and I hate to, I'm not even trying to talk about myself, but like,
No, that's why we're here.
You're how are you so good at these many things? I said, listen, it's okay to be good at a lot of things, but I don't excel. Like, I'm not great at one particular.
How were you in school?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Average
Terrible.
student, C.
Below. I think I had, geez, I don't even know. Maybe like a 2.1. Wasn't dumb. I was just super lazy.
Just skating by. Yeah, it's like me.
Yeah.
I cheated my way through college.
I didn't even, I got through.
I had an art history class, right?
Yeah.
And remember those slide up Windows phones that look like sidekicks? I used to have one of those in my art history class. You had to remember the time period, the artist, and all these shit. And then the test would be like parts of that, but you had to like all this shit. So I used to have her presentations on my phone with the screen brightness down, and I'd make sure I get a couple wrong, just so it looks like I didn't cheat.
we had so many different what's the word I'm looking for? Schemes on how to cheat.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. I did maybe.
You do like community?
Yeah, I did community for
Philadelphia's got a community college, and that sounds stupid.
Yeah, CCP, yeah,
that's what I thought.
17 in Spring Garden.
Yeah. Okay.
I might have like 12 credits, dude.
Yeah.
16 credits.
School's not for everyone.
It just wasn't for me.
I have a bachelor's degree in digital media production, so that's why the audio sounds phenomenal on my podcast. Not to toot my own horn, but so that university now went out of business.
Wow, really?
And got discredited.
Shit.
So my student loans, besides my private, I had to pay my private still. I have like money in limbo right now because I'm in a lawsuit.
I was gonna say, how's that work now? Yeah.
So now there's a lawsuit against the school. I might get, I don't want to put my number out there, but the number erased.
Wow.
Which would help me so much.
I bet.
The private ones I've been waiting to refinance because I can refinance for a lower rate, obviously. But until this other one is figured out, even if they only expunge like half.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'll literally lump them all together and then pay it. You know what I mean? So it's funny. Schools, it's like, who even knows if you're getting the right education anymore?
Right. And look, I say the same thing. If I say the same thing to everybody. School wasn't for me, but if I have kids, you know, like
they're going to school.
They're going to school. Yeah,
it's like daycare.
Yeah, and if they want to, do something where you need an education, I'll do whatever I can to put them through high school, college, whatever. If not, go to work.
Yeah,
I'm a product of two hardworking parents. My father's an immigrant. He came from Italy, I believe, in 1984. I think maybe
I was one.
1987, I think. One of the other. Either way.
I'm old.
Yeah. You said you were one, and then now you were four. And
84. I was one. So yeah.
He was.
Where at in Italy?
Calabria, down south.
I've been there.
Nice down south. Beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
Best food.
I went there in 2000. When I was in high school.
Wow.
11th grade in high school. I was part of the Italian club. I speak a little Italian.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Don't put me on the spot because I know you probably.
I was about to ask you a question.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I know. I remember some stuff like "Come stai?"
There you go.
Stuff like that.
There you go.
My line to girls all the time is like, "You don't know Italian." I'm like, yes, I do.
Yes,
Molto bello principe is
good enough.
Yeah, you ever see Life is Beautiful?
Of course.
So that's where I learned.
Come on, Roberto Berengini's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
Come on,
the best. We used to watch that, but everybody that excelled in an Italian club or had an A average in the class
went over there.
We got it. The teacher, Mr. Kramarenko, I'll never forget this guy. He was one of those teachers that kind of like looked out for you. I've actually, I'll follow this up with another teacher that it's random story, but he took all the A students and everybody in the Italian club that was excelling over to meet his family.
Wow, that's cool.
And then we took a tour up and down the boot.
Nice.
So like we went to Calabria and then all these places.
You saw the touristy places, but then you also got to see how the locals.
Yeah. So his family was from Rome.
Nice.
So we saw like his family's pizza shop, which was like cracker pizza. It was not that great.
The Romano pizza. It's different.
It's
thin,
different.
Man.
It's crispy. Yep. And they eat it with a knife and a fork.
Yeah. So does my dad.
They start from the middle, work their way out.
I get my dad shit for that all the time. My
makes
cousin,
zero sense to me, but
yeah, I don't know.
We got to meet his family and like see how they lived and like
great.
It was wild.
Great.
It's like memories that I'll never
forget. Yep.
And the culture was just like great.
Unmatched.
Yeah.
Unmatched.
I would love to go back sometime. I don't have a passport currently. All my friends get on me for it.
You got to get one.
Yeah, because like, oh, we got to go to Mexico. I was
So
like,
much to see out there.
yeah.
So much to
I would
see
go
out
back to
there.
Italy in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Have you been there a couple times?
I've been there probably, I don't know, 15, 16 times.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot.
You speak fluent Italian?
Not fluent. I can get by.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can understand pretty much most of it.
Your parents both speak?
Just my father.
Oh, wow.
My mother's from here. She's born and raised here in South Philly as well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, my dad, he was born and raised over there.
He didn't like try to teach you guys when you were kids?
Unfortunately not.
Are you the only child? I forgot to
I
ask.
have a sister.
Okay.
I have a younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't. I'm one of the only products of an immigrant a family member who doesn't know how to speak fluently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I mean, I'll give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Poor guy was still trying to learn English. So I guess for him,
I guess his looks got over with your mom. That's how they got.
Oh, yeah, he was a handsome guy back in his day with a lot more hair and a lot more meat on his bones. Yeah, he was a good-looking guy back in the day.
Yeah,
I guess that that Italian charm really worked on her. So
He instilled that in you. You got a girlfriend?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I knew that, but the case the listeners
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. You met her. I'm sure you met her.
Yeah, yeah.
Times, yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying though, like, two hardworking parents, you
Yeah.
know, both everything they've been working since they were kids, like kids,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
everything they have today is just because of their
Hard work.
pure hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, and just their complete ambition.
What do they do?
My mother, she is the manager over at Rothman Institute at the NovaCare Center.
Holy
At the
shit.
NovaCare complex. I'm sorry. So
Wow.
any orthopedic needs, she'll take care of you. She's in there.
She slid me in there without health insurance.
Maybe. That's
Yeah,
an
a
iffy
little
one.
back
Yeah,
door problem.
I was gonna say, slide you through the back door for there. Can't walk through the front door.
Yeah.
And my dad, he was a construction worker for years, and now he is the facilities manager at Panorama Restaurant and Penns View Hotel on Front and Market.
Yeah.
He's been there, I don't know, probably like the last 20 years.
Well, it sounds like your dad really kind of, from being an immigrant, he had to work his way up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like he made it.
Came from nothing, literally came from nothing.
Yeah.
7 of them living in a house with
Wow.
1 bedroom, it literally came from nothing.
Mm.
My mom too, literally.
He come from a big family that came over?
Oh, no, he's the only one here.
Oh, wow.
He's the only one here. He's one of 7, now one of 6. His sister passed when she was very, very young. But he was the only one that came over here. All his brothers and sisters, everybody, his father, everybody's over there. All his friends.
Wow.
He's the only one here. He's the only one here.
Why did he come here? Do you know?
Just for work, looking just for a change of pace. Really just came on vacation at first and then just stayed.
Wow.
Probably made a couple dollars. There wasn't a lot of work in, Southern Italy at the time.
Yeah.
There really still isn't a lot of work there. A lot of people in the South, they move up to the North, Rome, Milan, and places like that. The industrial cities where there's a lot of work. Even Germany. A lot of people go to Germany. A lot of my family members were even born in Germany because their parents worked and lived up there. So, I guess he just came here, started making some money and just enjoyed the freedom.
Yeah.
And met my mom and stayed, and then had me a year later. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how happy he is about it now, but I mean, he still always says all the time, "Let me just go back." He always wants to get deported. He says all the time. He says, "If I do something, I just get deported. Goodbye."
He has an accent like that strong?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If he walked in the door right now and he started talking, you wouldn't know a word he was saying.
No shit.
Nicky might catch his accent now.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been around him a good amount of years now, so he probably understands him.
Yeah.
Still has to look at me like, "Yo, what'd he just say?"
Yeah.
My girl's been around for 2 years. She
Yeah.
doesn't know a lick of what he's saying. Anything. He could be talking to her for 20 minutes straight. She's like,
Just smiling and nodding.
yeah. I have no idea what he's saying. Just like, don't worry about it.
I used to date a girl. Her all of her grandparents, aunt and uncles, even her dad, all spoke Italian.
Wow, yeah, it's cool.
And at that time, I was like fresh out of college, so like I took it in college too. So like she was like, "What they say?" And I had to like tell her, like, because I would catch up on certain
Yeah.
words. You know what I mean? Because their dialect was like,
Insane.
yeah, it's wild.
It's different
Like,
language all over the
Oh,
booth.
dude!
Yeah.
Like when I'm over there, when I was over there, I was like conjugating verbs and shit. And the one dude spoke English. Like, listen, man, you don't got to do that.
No, you're good.
You're
Yeah,
good.
You're all
Just
good.
Use the fucking verbs.
And they know what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
use the word, bud. You don't need to do all that. It's
They know
crazy.
exactly what you're gonna say. So it's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It's funny. Well, like I bring up "Life is Beautiful" all the time. People are like, especially when I talk to Italian people, have you seen that movie? You know what I mean? Because like that movie is very powerful.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's like even if you like don't speak, you can get it subtitles and like I think they do it ad lib now and all that stuff.
I would listen to the subtitles.
I still watch it in Italian and read the subtitles. Yeah. Because that's how we did it in Italian class. That's what we did. But when I tell people that are, watching anything, because I hate to say it's popular now, but like that era of the world, like that, the Holocaust like era is like those movies are coming back around now. So when I'm telling people that, I just watched this movie, it's about like the Jews and the Holocaust, whatever, but like they're coming from different countries and stuff. I was like, you should watch this.
Yeah.
This movie is so powerful.
Great movie.
And it has a little bit of comedy in there to kind of like lighten the mood. Yep. So I think they call that something now, like comedy dramas or something.
Drama?
Actually, probably it.
Probably. I just made that
very powerful movie. And
very much so. Very much
that movie. So, like, I can watch that movie tomorrow.
A million times, literally. And go home and watch it tonight.
Yeah.
That's how good
one of those movies, yeah.
Yep.
So did your dad have any like sports background where he was
soccer, big soccer guy?
Yeah.
Big soccer guy from when he was a kid. That's it. Literally, that's it. Didn't
Really?
know what any other sport was until he came to this country.
So when he said when they're rooting for the Eagles football team, he's looking for them using their feet.
Exactly.
When the kicker comes up, he was getting excited.
Oh yeah. He had no idea what anything was until he came here.
Yeah.
But he's been here so long now. He's grown accustomed to our sports. He loves the Eagles. He loves football. We used to go to Flyers games all the time as a kid.
So he definitely didn't know what hockey was.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. But he enjoyed that. Basketball's big in Europe.
Yeah, he might have seen it.
Yeah. More now than it was back then. But basketball's actually pretty big in Italy itself too.
Really?
Italy, Spain, France. Yeah, there's a lot of basketball there. They love the NBA.
Definitely not hockey though.
No hockey. Yeah, no hockey. No hockey at all.
They thought you think of Russians or something and get pissed.
Yeah. They don't. They look at ice skates, especially where my family's from. They're like, they don't think half of them ever seen snow in their life.
Yeah, so that's all. What's the climate like over there?
It's warm. Yeah,
all the time.
Summertime or wintertime, it probably gets to about 45 at night, but that's it.
I would love that.
And they're freezing.
Yeah, I bet.
Freezing.
It's like when you go to Florida and it's like 65 and they're wearing
cold.
hoodies.
Yeah, they're crazy.
We're like, this is great.
This is great. I'll live in this all.
Sign me up.
Live in this all day long. Yep.
Yeah. So now what you're talking about, we can go back to earlier when you were training these kids. I know you and your girlfriend are, only 2 years in, but like, do you have aspirations of having children?
Sure. Always. I say it all the time. I want to have kids when I know that I could financially support them. The right way.
Yeah.
If it, God forbid, not God forbid, but if something did happen, obviously I do everything I can to make sure my child is
make it work.
It work. Exactly.
Just like your dad made it work.
Exactly. Just like both my parents did. But I would love to, instill, how people say, don't live. What is that quote? Like, you can't live your dreams through your kids.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I would want them to do stuff like this, you know, I'm definitely 1,000% going to put them in the gym. You have to, just because it's a crazy world out here and it's only getting crazier. So I want them to at least be able to defend themselves, if need be. So
one thing, my dad, he didn't push sports on us. He kind of let us pick the sports that our friends were playing. But he kind of just gave us a direction.
Right.
Like, I want you to play sports that I can help you with. So we kind of like stuck to the normal script, baseball, basketball, football. And we played street hockey. Sure. But not organized. Just out front of my house. My parents got me a Wayne Gretzky hockey set. Nice. When I was a kid, had the fucking
stick, the puck.
The puck, had a stick, puck,
net.
Goalie pads, and a net.
That's a lot. That's a nice pack.
Yeah. Back in the day, man, Wayne Gretzky had it. He had it down pat. He's like, you want my stick? This is my stick.
Yep.
You want the goalies that I score against? These are the pads they'd wear.
Yep.
But he would help coach our teams and everything like that. So it was like, if he didn't know the sport, he kind of like felt left out. He wanted to be a part of it. So like we played all the sports that he knew how to play. You know what I mean? My dad was a semi-pro football player.
Really?
Baseball player.
Oh, so he's athletic. Yeah.
Well, not anymore. He's 92. He's had his 92nd birthday.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Shout out to him. 92. God bless him.
Yeah. And his thumbs are still messed up from being a catcher. But yeah, he played on the semi-pro Eagles team.
Wow.
Yeah. It's wild. His stories, man.
Crazy.
I got him on the field at the Phillies game for Veterans Day.
Nice.
And
I bet he enjoyed that.
Yeah, he still talks about it. He's I'm going to try to do it this year too.
Probably the best day he's had in a long time.
Oh, dude, he got to meet the Fanatic. He's like, oh man, I got to meet the Fanatic. He's like, so in the Hall of Fame Club, I don't know if you've ever been in the Hall of Fame Club, but you see all like the memorabilia from the old stadiums. So his family his dad took him to one baseball game It was in Connie Mack Stadium where the Phillies used to play when they were the Athletics years and years ago. He saw the seat because they had the seat there, and he could tell. He was like, "Wow, like my dad like had that."
That's insane.
Like, when they took down the stadium, that you could take your chair or whatever, and he was like, "Wow, we used to look through the fence right here and like, watch the game." You know, he was like,
I love shit like that.
So I was in the bathroom and this happened. My girl recorded everything. I was like,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
I was like, she's so smart when it comes to like recording moments, all right? Because like I'm just listening to them.
I'm the worst, dude. I'm like you. I'm not taking my phone out for anything. Like I'm just there living in it. Like I'm never on my phone.
Well, she's not like that, but she sees me experiencing in a moment.
Sure.
Boom, has her phone out and like recording it for me because like I'm not thinking about doing that.
Right. Me neither.
So she did so much stuff for me that day that I will never forget. Like now I have all these memories.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, going back to what you were saying, like if you're financially ready and all these things, so hopefully you could take that when you got your kids and they're getting into boxing. Make sure you just set up a GoPro and record all the moments.
My small dream, it's not small, but it's actually really big. But just like in the back of my head, I would love to have eventually one day just a nice facility where people can just come in, kids can just come in, learn how to box, learn how to protect themselves, just learn how to be more confident in themselves. You know, that's a big thing I preach. Like, look, you'll learn, you come here, you lose a couple pounds, you know what I mean? You get in shape, but like, you learn a new skill set.
Right.
You learn some self-defense, but ultimately you build confidence in yourself.
Right.
Because whether you're a pro, an amateur, a recreational boxer, somebody who's just doing it for a sweat, you need to be confident in yourself. I say it to every client that comes in here when they're struggling, when they're down on themselves, when they bang their gloves together for like messing up. Stay confident, stay confident, stay confident. You need to be confident in this sport to succeed on any level, any level.
I can actually see your logo right now if you put in quotes underneath it, like a slogan for your gym. Stay confident.
Stay confident. Stay confident. See that guy right there behind me?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayweather over there?
Yeah.
Remember how confident he was?
Yeah.
Not nobody. He didn't back down to anybody.
Anyone.
He wasn't scared of anybody. Talked all the shit in the world because he knew he could back it up.
Yeah.
Same thing with the guy behind you right there, Mr. Fury.
Dude, that guy.
They just chirp. Bernard too behind me too. They just.
I thought I was rooting against Tommy Fury when he was going against Jake Paul. Though.
Me too.
I thought Jake Paul was going to smack him around.
Me too. And look, I people talk a lot of shit on Jake Paul, and people, YouTube fighter, this, that, and the next. And I'm glad you brought this up. I could see where people are saying the old school guys, like he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Fine. No big deal. He learned how to fight on YouTube. Fine. Whatever. What this guy is doing, right? Yeah, it goes against all of the old school mindset when it comes to boxing, right?
Right.
But this guy, and I know this personally because one of my mentors in the sport, and one of my mentors in life, Danny Davis. Shout out to Danny Davis, Raps and Cuts, best hand rapper in the world, honestly. He works with Jake Paul exclusively. He's actually with him right now. He just was at the presser today, I think. He's there with him in camp, and he tells me, man, this guy works like no other. Like
him and his brother.
No other. They are workaholics. They are dedicated to this craft. And he uses the whole, you're not a real fighter, you're a YouTube guy, blah, 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 as just pure motivation.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And like the things that he's been able to do just financially, he's putting on full-blown productions in Saudi Arabia, making millions of dollars.
He's doing a lot for kids now, too.
Millions of dollars. Doing a lot for everybody, for his people, for, like you said, his local community and the kids. Like, you can't hate on that. You can't hate on success. Say what you want about him. Say what you want, where he came from, how he started.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I watched a video, this kid, I think he was in Mexico or somewhere, and he was like, he was in a boxing gym, and he was like, I forget what the premise was, why the kid was there and whatever, but they interviewed him, like, who's your favorite fighter? And he's like, oh, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul caught wind of it, sent the kid all the equipment that he needs to start boxing, and then he like invited him to his match in New York and all this shit.
It's nice. Yeah.
It's like, I like seeing someone that came from nothing.
Right.
And now has this platform.
And the platform is enormous.
Yeah, especially because boxing is like, it's finally coming back around. It was a struggling sport for a while.
Yeah.
And I think the sport needed a person like him.
I love that you said that. I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Because look, if you watch boxing, you know, anybody that's listening that watches boxing, like real boxing, right?
Yeah.
All the best, they don't fight each other.
Mhm.
Everybody ducks one another. The
Right.
best don't fight the best because everybody's afraid to lose because
Yeah.
they know as soon as you get that one in the L column,
Forget it.
you're done.
Yeah.
You're not, but like still, that's the mindset in the sport. So nobody fights the best. The best
Right.
don't fight the best, you
Mhm.
know? So boxing was just slowly declining. HBO doesn't do boxing anymore. Now Showtime's giving it up. These were household brands that had some of the best fights in the history of the sport. Literally in the history of the sport that now no longer even have any type of boxing on their
I remember the only way
broadcast
to
at all.
watch Mike Tyson was on Showtime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like, you know, the fact that it was declining so rapidly, you know, like you always had like a star, you know, Canelo has been like the face of boxing for however many years. But like, even with him, you know, like people weren't naturally drawn to the sport.
Right.
You know, you always have those people who are, you know, in the crowd who just like the violence behind it, like knock his head off, you know, like
Yeah.
people like who just don't know a thing about it, but
Yeah.
they just want to see somebody get dropped, you know?
Right.
You're always going to have those people. But in terms of like real boxing, you know, real boxers, like you don't see like fights. You don't see things transpire the way they used to back in the day with these fighters, you know? So what you said, Jake Paul gave everybody a reason to tune into boxing again. Whether you liked him or you hated him, you still watched.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Real shit.
Love me or hate me, you're still paying my pay-per-views.
Yep.
You're still tuning in. You're still following me on Instagram. Even if you're telling me, you know, you suck, you're the biggest piece of shit on my you're still commenting on my post.
Yep.
I got you.
Yep.
So I can't, and I like that you said that originally, I can't discredit this guy at all.
No.
Minus the work ethic.
Because you know, as more than anyone, you started what
Exactly.
19, 20, 21 to 2 to 3, about to go in your 6th year.
You can call me a YouTube trainer if you want.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
So
I really don't care.
You're showing people that, like Jake Paul, you can learn a thing and be really good at it out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Boxing is for everyone.
Right.
Okay. People don't. Now, listen, there's two sides to that because you can't play around in this sport because you really can get hurt.
Yeah.
You can get hurt bad.
Yeah.
You know? But boxing can be for everyone. Men, women, children, older people, anybody. Literally anybody. Boxing is for everyone. It can be for everyone. As long as you just have a good base behind you, a good trainer, a good community. Like, because boxing's real big on community. Like I said first, the culture of the sport. It's very communal based. So if you have a good community behind you, you can succeed.
Oh, yeah.
Whether as an athlete, as a trainer, as a ref, a judge, whatever, literally whatever. There's something in this sport for everybody.
Right.
Which is what I'm really trying to show and preach with here. You know, because like there are some local gyms around this area, but, you know, not everybody is open to everybody, if that makes sense. Oh, I only train fighters. Oh, I only train this kind of fighter or that kind of fighter. Nah, like.
Yeah, you'll train anyone. Anyone that's willing to learn.
Anyone that's willing to learn. I'll train your kid. I'll train your grandmom.
Right.
I'll train your dog if you want to bring your dog in here. You know, it's 2023. Dogs can box if they want, I'm sure. Whatever.
So this is a great, well, people identify as dogs now. So
that's what I'm saying.
This is a great segue, not the dog part. This is a great segue into boxing on broad.
Boxing on broad.
Boxing on broad, right.
Boxing on broad.
So let's go into what made you want to take this leap and start boxing on broad.
So,
and like I want you to go through the whole process.
All right.
So I know you said you were you were having, you know, problems with another trainer somewhere else. We don't have to talk about that part, but I want you to just, someone that is fresh, like trying to go out on their own, just describe your experience and how like you made the decision, I'm going to do this.
So one, like I said, confidence. You need to be confident in yourself.
Right.
And that was something that I lacked immensely, even as a trainer, because there was a time where I was training at Malik's gym and I just felt like I was going stagnant, you know, running through the same circuits, doing the same things, you know, just not really feeling like that I was progressing. So I was starting to lack confidence in myself and just my ability, right?
Yeah.
But to bring Danny Davis back up again, he was somebody who came into my life unexpectedly. Always followed him on Instagram. He's a very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Prominent person in this sport. He was in Bernard Hopkins camp and corner for 15 years.
I met him when he's first coming up.
Bernard?
My buddy made he did his first car for him.
Nice.
That's how I met him.
Yeah, he was, I'm talking in his camp, like in the rooms, in when they were training and they were away, in wherever people train, like in the woods and the sticks. He was there, like there every day on site.
Wow.
So he's a super prominent guy. He's all over with so many different boxers, and he's the same way. He'll do low-level amateur, and he'll do top-of-the-top pay-per-view. You'll see him on The Zone, or not Showtime anymore, but Top Rank, and then you'll see him at the 2300 Arena on Swanson Street, wrapping amateurs' hands. He does cut work too. But he was somebody who really took a liking to me. We took a liking to each other, but he was somebody who helped me get not re-confident, but just instilled that confidence back in me.
Okay.
The confidence that I had when I was first starting to train. And he was just like, man, like, you're good. Like, you could do this. You know what I mean? Like, surround yourself with good people, just keep working. Like, I believe in you, so believe in yourself, Yeah. And he called me every day. Every day we talked on the phone for probably, I don't even know, almost a year. Every day, call me. What's up, man? What's up, man? What are you doing? How's the gym? How was your sessions? How were your lessons? This, that, and the next. You get any new clients? Every day he called me. And he was somebody who really gave me that push, to like really make something of this. Told me like, look, you got something here. All right. I'm not telling you this to blow smoke. I'm telling you, the way you listen to me and the way you talk, the way we talk, the way you take criticism, because there's a lot of negative things that come with this, a lot of negative things, about me as a trainer, as a person, whatever, that needed to be fine-tuned or changed or polished, whatever. He said the way you take the criticism and then you change it, you turn that negative into a positive. Like, you got something here. Like, I'm not going to say you're the next Freddie Roach, but, you got it. So push it. Don't quit. Because there was a time where I was thinking, maybe I'll just like do this here and there, whatever. And he was the person who was telling me, do not stop. Keep pushing it. Believe in yourself. You got this. You literally got this. And I'm here to help you. And you got all these other people here to help you. Mm-hmm. You can do it. So he really instilled that confidence back in me to take that next leap. And that's when I decided to go out on my own and start taking personal clients myself, where I was leaving the group sessions at Malik. So that was my leap into one-on-one personal training, like me and you in here, showing you the ropes, teaching you the basics, getting you where you need to be, helping you reach your goals, not as a boxer, just as a person, or as an athlete, as somebody who's just working out, right? Whether it's a weight loss goal, a fitness goal, a mental goal, anything in the such. So yeah, I credit a lot of that to him, because if without him, maybe I wouldn't be here, because if I didn't have that every single day, beating that in my head, come on, man, get up, come on, man, go train, go do this, go study, go watch film,
do
something that's going to help your craft.
Right.
If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
But he was the one who really helped me, get my start and take that leap, take that risk into making this a business. And I did one-on-ones and small groups for, I don't know, maybe 8 months. And that was at that other place that was near Fishtown. And I was doing that and Malik together. And then, like I said, disagreement happened, and then I just got out of there, and that's what led me here. The goal was to always have my own spot, just not this soon. Because even with all the good feedback that I was getting from my clients at the Fishtown gym, I still was like, I can't have my own place. I'm not that good. I don't think I could do this, right? But again, him calling me every day, even my clients, coming back to me, that was so great. Seeing the feedback that I was getting on social media, like, you got to get with this guy for this, that, and that, it just made me feel good naturally.
Yeah.
You know, so
It feels good when
It
you get
does.
that, when you get that recognition.
right.
Yeah.
And like I'm not one who like always is like, you know, looking for it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm very awkward. Like I don't take compliments well. Like if you,
I hear you.
you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh yeah, thanks. And if
Yeah.
somebody says like, oh, that was so good, I was like, it was all right. Like I'm always looking. It could have been better. You know, like I'm always just looking for that next best thing, even
Yeah,
in
yeah.
myself. But yeah, taking that leap and then leading me to here was just something that I still can't believe it. I'm only here 3 weeks, and I look around when I leave at night, and I'm like,
I did the.
it's pretty nuts. Like this is pretty nuts.
So, so I always ask this towards the end of the podcast. I know we're getting up to the hour mark, and I know you have a client waiting, so I won't keep you too much longer. But what is Boxing on Broad's 5-year plan? And then I don't want you to incorporate yourself in this, because that's going to be a separate question.
Okay.
But Boxing on Broad 5-year plan.
Boxing on Broad 5-year plan. I want to add value to as many people's lives as I can. Like I said prior, whether they're here for 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to get to your 5-year plan. I want to be able to grow this place and have it be a safe haven for people to come and feel comfortable. You know, I want them to come here and be able to hit that bag with confidence, stand in front of me, hit the mitts with confidence, put headgear on, spar with me with confidence, spar with other people with confidence. Just give anybody who's going to come through my door the confidence to just try something new. You know, like a lot of people are very intimidated. I get this all the time when people say to me, oh, I want to come, but I'm scared. What are you scared at? What are you scared for?
Just me and you.
It's just me and you.
Yeah.
It's nothing to be scared at. It's nothing to be scared for. It's nothing to be scared of.
Right.
You know, like come in, try it, and see what happens. Now, listen, I have people who come in and then I never see them again. That's normal. It happens. But I've had a lot of people who've come through my doors, whether it's here at Malik, at the Fishtown place, and they have come back. You know, not because I am this great trainer, you know, not because I've, you know, did all this, you know, whatever. It's just I feel that I have positively impacted them. I've added value to their lives through boxing.
Right.
So 5-year plan, I want literally to open my door to everyone and anyone whoever is dealing with any type of confidence issue, any type of issue in general. Like I said, you want to come here and blow off some steam? I got 3 big heavy bags here. You can beat the shit out of for an hour if you want. Let it all out. You know what I mean? I want this place to be, like I said, a safe haven for people to come to where they can feel comfortable in their own bodies, no matter how much they weigh, no matter what they look like, feel comfortable about themselves, and then leave here with that confidence to put into their work, into their relationships, into the everyday life, everything that they do. Because I told you the first thing, I put boxing and life hand in hand now because it pretty much saved my life, honestly.
Right. Yeah.
I credit the sport to really helping me out and saving me because whatever I was going through years prior to boxing, you know, I'm not like that anymore. And I credit it to this. So if I can do that for anybody that walks in my door,
right,
come in, leave with confidence, have that confidence and have that ability to apply it to your everyday life. That's my goal. That's my 5-year goal. That's my 10-year goal. That's my 20-year goal, honestly.
right.
I want that to be what this place is known for. You know, not, you know, the best trainer or, you know, it's the best workout or, you know, I don't know, I'm going to be a good fighter if I'm training here. No, I want this place to be a place for the people where people can come here, like I said, feel confident when they walk out, feel comfortable in their own skin and their own bodies in here.
Okay.
And just add the value to their lives. Like I said, put it in their everyday lives.
What about location? You see any location change in 5 years?
Probably. I would hope because this is, you know, you see it, it's pretty small in here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
hopefully I would be, you know, God willing, I'd be able to have enough people that will come through my door that I can have a bigger facility. And like I told you earlier, eventually I want a facility to where I could have kids come in, do their after school programs there, you know, just get them off the street, get them out of trouble, put the gloves on their hands, let them work out their problems in the ring, not on the street. And just for everybody else, you know, to just come in and just feel comfortable.
Did you ever see yourself, now that you're training, do you ever see yourself like competing?
My coach, shout out to Coach Wood over Parabellum Boxing. He told me and the rest of my team he wants all of us to fight this year. He said 2024 everybody's getting to fight. And I'm like, dude, I'm like 30 years old. Like the last thing I need is to go in there and fight some 18-year-old phenom who's going to piece me up, and then I'm totally embarrassed, and now my whole name is shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But remember what you said earlier, everybody doesn't want that one loss.
right. Regardless, well, I'll take the loss in amateurs. It's all good. No, I could definitely see myself doing something, low level amateur fight. There's actually, and I'm glad you asked this because there's something I wanted to talk about, just for the people. There is a wonderful, wonderful charity event that I took part in last year. It's called Haymakers for Hope. It is a full blown production that, a huge team put together. It's all over. It's in Boston, Chicago, I think, New York, Philadelphia. It's basically a boxing tournament, and it's all the proceeds are donated to cancer. They select 20 individuals, and they put there's 20 individuals, and it's 10 fights, and all the proceeds are donated to cancer. Last year it was at the Fillmore. I had the pleasure in coaching it last year.
Nice.
And I had 5 fighters last year, and
Wow.
me and Malik, he was number 1, I was number 2.
Wow. That's impressive, man.
It was great, dude. It was so great. And it was for a good cause.
Yeah.
And it proved that anyone can box, because those participants, those 20 people, they never boxed before in their life.
No shit.
You can't have any boxing or any amateur experience. You have to be an average Joe just like us. Coming off the street, signing up, you get selected. If you say yes, you're in. You select a gym and you train for 4 months leading up to the fight. You literally learn boxing from the beginning. And these were people who obviously, were taking a risk. Boxing, like I said, it's not a joke. You can really get hurt.
Yeah.
So these people, took that chance in learning something that they never learned before. And these are, adults like us, guys men and women in their late 20s, early 30s, and they raise a whole bunch of money, and then, like I said, all the proceeds are donated to
awesome,
charity. It is great. It's happening again this year in the Fillmore again, the second year in April. So everybody tune into that. If you're around in April, if you're in that area, definitely come by, because it is a great event. It's a full-blown production. It's like a pay-per-view. Walk-in,
awesome.
ring announcers, the whole nine. It was a great event, and for a great cause. But it just proves my point.
That could be your first fight.
Well, to lead back to what you were saying, I put my name in for it. And then when I talked to the guy, he was like, well, what do you want to do? You want to coach again this year, or do you want to fight in it?
You fight, I'm there.
And well, we'll see if I get picked. I did put my name in for it. It is really just a luck of the draw type thing. They select people based on numerous different things. But they had over 150 applicants last year. So I think they're going to have...
Narrow it down to 20. That'd be tough.
Right. They're going to crush it this year. And they have to have, I think last year there was maybe 7 men fights and 3 women. So, the odds just keep getting smaller.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we'll see if I get picked. If I don't get picked, hopefully I'm definitely going to.
Tell you what.
Hopefully I'm going to coach again.
You there? You fight, I'm there.
Yeah, and that's something good that I would love to be a part of.
Yeah, I can get Rhino to come out.
Yeah, he came last year. He came and see me last year.
Old rhinoceros.
Yeah, he was there.
I'm going to get him on, because he's a small business as well. I'm going to try to get him on here.
Shout out to Ryan's Remodels.
Yeah, he helped this beautiful spot.
Beautiful recessed lighting you see.
I didn't need to set up my lighting today.
Yeah, see that, Ryan? Your lights the Tonka favorite.
I'll tell you what, the angle of this one, though, is messing up my eyes.
Blasting you?
Yeah, it's blasting me right in the eye. So let's get on to Enzo's 5-year plan outside of boxing.
Outside of boxing. Good question, because I guess I really didn't give that too much thought.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you separately, because a lot of people, especially when they're opening up like a new business, like their whole life is the business.
And that's how I feel right now. So to answer that question, I haven't even thought about myself, because the last month I've been thinking about this place nonstop. What can I do better? What do I need? Something breaks, I have to fix it. Everything's on me now, So like I feel like I haven't even had time to think about myself or anything that I'm looking to do, just because I need this place to be up and running and, efficient and just good, you know? So kind of put me on the spot a little bit there.
I know.
But yeah, for myself, I mean, look, again, kind of goes hand in hand with the gym. My name is this gym. This gym is my name, so I'm the only one here. So the name Boxing on Broad, goes hand in hand with me. So the same thing. If I can just get people in here, have them be confident in themselves, be comfortable in here, and then just walk out and have it apply to their everyday life, I'm winning. I'm up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even just for me personally, I would love to just be able to continue to grow my business, and not for, money reasons like that. Like I said, money's great. But again, value, adding value to people's lives. That's what boxing has made me feel that I'm not going to say it was my purpose, because 10 years ago, you asked people about me, I never even picked up a dumbbell, and now I'm doing this for a living. So it's pretty ironic to see. That's why I keep saying I look around this place.
And your girlfriend's a fitness trainer.
She's a personal trainer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's, super fit, super in shape, nutrition, all of that. It's got me eating all this vegan shit, at the house. Crazy. Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah.
I dated a vegan. I couldn't do it.
And she's all right. Listen, she eats fish, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. So she's
a pescatarian.
There it is.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Yeah. She listens to the podcast, so I gotta make sure I say this appropriately. Like, I didn't hate that she was a vegan. I hate that I had to eat it. I know she listens to my podcast.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's all good. Like, yeah, you could do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
the fact that I don't have to do it. I'm just.
Well, she's making it. I'm eating it.
Listen, she's.
You guys live together?
No, but I'm the cook out of the two of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you got to cook the vegan food.
Nah, I don't cook the vegan food.
Okay,
The vegan food's in the freezer. I got the air fryer over there. She wants to eat that. Put it in the air fryer.
Tell you what kind of air fryer you got?
I don't know.
You got like the drawer, John?
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah.
So I had one of those
All-out
bullshit, like one that was like a grill. It did all this shit. Like it was like a toaster oven.
Like
on
the Ninja
steroids.
one. Yeah, you lift it up. It's got the flat top. You take it out. It's something else.
Yeah. So now I got this. I think it was on episode like 7 or 8. My buddy AJ was like, "Yo, I got another one at home. I'm gonna bring it over. I'm gonna change your life." I forget how we even talked about air fryers, and I was like, "Oh, this thing sucks. Like, if this is air frying, I don't want nothing to do with it."
Yep.
So he brings over this drawer, John, and I was like, "This thing, I eat everything out of this one. Like, I even cooked a burger in there.
Oh yeah, it comes out good too.
Yeah,
you can
juicy.
Make
If you don't do the time right, you can get a little dry.
Sure.
I was amazed what you can do with an air fryer. You can cook pancakes in an air fryer.
Everything.
Thank you to TikTok. TikTok, I tell you what, you can probably do. So we're going to talk off camera, because now that you have your own gym, I've helped so many people with social media. I should probably make it my job, to be honest. But you should definitely, like, but now you have an Instagram. That's why, like, part of the reasons why I wanted to get in touch with you and make you my first episode and everything, to give you some content to put up there. Content. I'm just going to push that on you. 5-year plan. Add that to your 5-year plan.
I'm glad that you said that, because all my clients here, they're all just like, they know me.
Right. Because, like, I know Lena.
Oh, Lena. Yeah.
So it was so.
She'll be here Friday.
Yeah. So I saw her boxing with you, and I was like, is that the same Enzo?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, small ass world.
There's only one of me. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense. We're all in the same friend group. So it kind of made
right.
sense after I thought about it. But she posts a picture, like a boomerang of her hitting the bag.
Right.
It could be something as simple as that.
That's it.
Content.
Anything.
I just pushed it on my buddy who owns a pizza shop. Every time you pull a different kind of pizza out of the oven,
take a picture of it.
Picture,
make a video of it.
story,
something, anything.
So,
and I am.
And you're gonna get together. I'm gonna.
And I need it because I'm the worst. And anybody who's gonna listen to this that knows me, I am not the social media guy.
Johnny's the same way, and I told him, you got a counter girl. Who's your sister?
Yep.
Take your whatever apps, whatever you're using, put it on the iPad for the shop.
Something.
Every time a pizza comes out of the oven, story.
Snap
Anytime, there's a new trend. Try to do something with the trend. Do something.
My thing is, I feel like I'm just so invested into my clients here that, like, if I'm on my phone, I feel like I'm being rude.
Well, no, I'm gonna help you. We're gonna get there.
And I always, some people still, I don't film anybody on their first day.
Oh no, God no.
That's a golden. Even if you're good,
you could film me on my first day.
I got you.
That could be funny. That actually,
it might be my first
first reel,
comedic reel. Yeah. But I don't film anybody on their first day. Some people are still not comfortable being.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a. I know I have a little bit of a boxing
experience.
Background.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah. We didn't dive into it, but my dad hung up a speed bag for us when we were kids. Taught us how to hit it because his brother was a Navy champion fighter.
Sick. I love that. Yeah.
And then he turned it into his son's thing. His son used to spar with Joe Frazier's kid.
Wow.
And knocked him out.
Wow.
He was like an undefeated boxer. Johnny Vanderslice is his name.
Sick name.
Yeah. Well, everyone tells me about that. I used to go by my DJ Eric Vanderslice all the time, but my uncle's nickname in the Navy was Sledge. He would hit people one time.
That's it.
Out.
Done.
So he taught my dad how to fight, and like they were always fighting when they were kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Back then, dude.
It's like always fighting. So he taught his kid, and then my dad had some stuff he showed me. So it was like I have a little bit of boxing background, but when it comes to like all this other stuff and like dipping and dodging and all that stuff, I'm like left and then. But yeah, speed bag here, I'm good with rhythm.
A lot.
I can do that.
Yeah,
that's all I know how to do.
No, it's all right. Listen, speed bag is an art form in itself.
Yeah, I can't go fast. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Like I can go. I can get that fast.
Speed bag is definitely an art in itself. You know, you see on Instagram now today, it's not just people hitting a bag. It's people hitting it with their elbows, doing spins.
Yeah.
You know, all types of things, like all types of like creative tricks that you could do on a speed bag.
Yeah.
It's super cool. It's very fun. It's very fun to learn. And that's something too, like, you know, like anything, you practice it, you're going to get better at it. But that's something that you could challenge yourself every day. And because it's right there, you know
literally
what I mean? It's
right in front of your
it's
face.
small. You could hit it as many times as you want in a certain style. And then, you know, you want to try that elbow, try to pop it with the elbow.
Yeah.
Or try to do a forward reverse on it with one hand. Anything, little rollies. I used to call them hand rollies. Anything like that.
Yeah.
Just any type of style to do it. And that just, again, helps you gain confidence because if you feel like you can get up there and do something like that, you take that out into your everyday life.
Yep.
Everything in this sport goes hand in hand with life. I can't preach it enough. That's probably the 7th time I said it on the pod so far because it's really, I believe it. I genuinely believe it in my bones, in my heart. I literally feel that.
I love that, man. So I could tell, I could just hear your passion in your voice about it.
And I can't.
So I know you've probably repeated it a million times on this thing, but to close it out, if someone is looking and scared to come in this door, what's your opening line to them?
Get your ass in here. Just get in here. Because I promise you, the second you walk in here, I've had a ton of new clients the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Most of them never even put gloves on their hands before. Ever. Right? They came in, you know, timid, tight, nervous, tense. Relax. First things first, just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Relax.
I hate you right in the gut.
That's it. Just relax.
Yeah.
Just take a deep breath. Relax. It's going to be all good. We're going to have some fun. We're going to move around and we're good. You know what I mean? Learn a couple things. I like to take it step by step on the first day just because throwing somebody into the fire is good for some things. You want to learn how to swim? Throw your ass in a pool, right? You want to learn how to box?
That's how I learned how to swim.
Me too. Threw me right in the pool.
Yeah.
I drowned in the ocean. My cousin had to come and save me. You know what my mom did? She took me right there. What is that? Ramblewood Country Club in like Mount Laurel, New Jersey. She said, "Get your ass in that pool. You're gonna swim." And I'm just like, "Okay, whatever." And now I'm a great swimmer. So like, you see that? See how I credit for that?
Dana wants, Dana gets. Throw her right in there.
Always. But yeah.
Just get your ass in here.
Just get your ass in here. You want to come in here? I'm not just going to tell you to put headgear on and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to take it step by step because the second somebody, and I see it all the time, the second somebody throws a punch and they hit that bag on the sweet spot or they hit those pads on the sweet spot and you hear that pop, they're like, wow, that was it. Now they know just on one punch, I could do it. I know I'm capable and I know what it's like to hear that sound, feel that feeling. I want to do it again. It becomes addicting.
Okay.
I'm living proof of it. You know, it becomes addicting. You just want to get better. You want to get better, even if it's 1%.
And as of December 13th, 2023, I know prices and everything fluctuate. What is your rates as of today?
So if anybody wants to come in, first session, you come in, $30 introductory session. Okay. We do the basics, basic steps, basic punches, basic feet movement, basic combinations on the bag, easy stuff, right?
How long does that get you?
What do you mean?
How long's the session?
Oh, an hour. They're all an hour, yeah.
Okay.
You come in, we do that. If you like it, we proceed. I sell monthly packages for one-on-one sessions. You can come once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. So I sell 4, 8, and 12. And then I'm also opening. I've opened last week for the first time, but I'm going to blast it now next week because now I got my schedule all set up for group sessions. You want to come in here, just get a sweat in, hit the bag, do some pad work. You come in, you pay a $25 drop-in fee, and there's going to be about 3 or 4 people in here, and we're just going to get to work. Got music going. We got, bags. Everybody's smashing the bags. We're good. We're having a good time.
Nice.
We're just having fun. So that's something I also wanted to do because, people say it all the time. To get in shape costs a lot of money.
It does.
To eat healthy costs a lot of money. I need to make a living. I need to pay my bills, but I also want people to be able to come in here who don't have a lot of money. And if you want to just, pay the $25 once a week to come hit the bag, my door's open to you. I know it's a small place. It's a small door, but it's open. If you want to come here, you can come here.
Hey, if I can fit through that door carrying all this equipment in here, you can fit through here.
Right. So that's another thing. Just, get your ass in here. Just get in here, because I promise you, listen, it's not for everybody, but I promise you're at least going to feel a little bit, 1% better. 1% better.
I love that.
And if it's 1%, I know I did my job.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. So just shout out your Instagrams one time.
Boxing at Boxing on Broad.
Okay.
Simple,
easy. And then is your DMs open for people with any questions?
DMs are open, business profile, anybody can come in. DMs are open, emails there as well, and my phone number. Call, email, DM, whatever's more convenient for you.
Awesome. And thank you so much for sitting down with me today. This has been Talking with Tonka. My Instagram, at Talking with Tonka. My personal, at DJ Tonka _. This is the first episode of Small Businesses. So if you do have a small business that you would like for me to interview on Talking with Tonka, please shoot me a DM, either my personal or the business page. And if you can get me in touch with Malik Jackson.
Absolutely. Malik Jackson.
Yeah. If you can get me in touch with him, that'd be dope. But if anybody else has a small business they would like me to interview and get to know more about, maybe it's a new up becoming business. This goes for you as well. They think that everybody needs to get to know and everything. Please shoot me a message and I will get to them if I can.
Shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there. Everybody who's taking that risk, taking that jump to do what a lot of people are afraid to do.
That's what I'm doing with this. So
shout out to everybody that's taking that leap.
Yep. These guys has been Talking with Tonka, episode 36.
36.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to say 37 for some reason.
Even numbers.
Yeah, even number. I'm going to skip over 37, go right to 38.
38.
Thank you all for tuning in. See you guys next week. Peace.